Hey there, good afternoon. Thanks again for tuning into my channel. My name is Josh, and today I'm going to talk about the news of the day, I guess. Well, political news of the day um, for Canadians. Elizabeth May was the leader of Canada's Green Party. She is stepping down effective immediately. So that's interesting. She has been the leader of the Green Party since 2006. So she is Canada's longest sitting leader for a political party in Canada. So she's been the leader longer than any current leader has for a national party, which is not without its own merit. So quite interesting. So I want to share a few things, a few different stories that I found, and yeah, let's talk about it. Cool. And if you're somehow watching this live, feel free to comment, and I'll try and answer the question. But right now, I'm just going to see what's going on and talk about it. All right. So um, this is her announcement. I'm gonna share her announcement from earlier today. All right. So let me just look it up. So this is just a brief from her news conference this morning where she announced it.
I want to make sure that when I leave as leader of the Green Party of Canada, we've got momentum, we've got growth, we've got exciting leadership, and I know we will have all of these. As of today, effective today, I am no longer leader of the Green Party of Canada, and the new acting leader is Joanne Roberts. I'll introduce her in a sec to say a few words. I'm staying as parliamentary leader of the Green Party caucus. I'm very excited about this. I wanted to choose a moment when we had a lot of success before leaving.
Okay, so she mentioned that twice, having success before leaving. And I think that's interesting because I think federally they had more votes than ever before, but I think they were honestly very disappointed by the amount of seats that they got. And yeah, why wouldn't they? I mean, the environment seems to be the number one issue of most Canadians, a lot of voters. But they still couldn't turn that into real representation for Canadian voters, only having um, three seats, two on Vancouver Island area and one in PEI, which was actually quite unexpected. So, yeah, it's interesting for sure. She steps down when she says things are going well, but usually leaders don't step down when things are going well. So we could talk a bit about that too. Um, yeah, yeah. So she's like I said, she's been the leader for like 13 years now. She's not stepping down as parliamentary leader, which means she'll have quite a large role still now with her party in parliament, but she will not be the face of the party anymore. Um, when Canadians go to vote again, whether it's in a year or 3 years or 4 years, it seems unlikely, but she will not be the leader of the party. She will not be the face of the party. Somebody else will be. All right. So I want to share a little bit more. I want to share the CBC story itself. So that was just a clip. I want to share the CBC story. Um, there we go. Boom. Can you guys see that all right? Yeah, I think so. So this is the tweet update. Elizabeth May stepping down, effective immediately. She's led the party since 2006. I already told you that, but when we click on the story, did we go to the story? No, we didn't go to the story. Okay, I'm going to change that manually. Um, so yeah, just bear with me a moment. I kind of know what I'm doing. Cool. All right. Here's the story. There we go. Now you can see it. So I just want to highlight a few things. She did the announcement in Ottawa. She's doing effective immediately. This is interesting because I want to, yeah, I just want to highlight this. I'm not going to pitch it. All the politicians that say they want to spend more time with their family and they go off sadly. She's excited. Okay. But she's going to be spending more time with her daughter and husband, extended family. She said that she made the promise to her daughter, Kate, that this would be the last time that she ran in a federal election. So I guess she's keeping that promise to her daughter. So I guess that's all right, if that's the truth. Yeah, so this has been talked about in a few outlets. This paragraph here, she'd run to run for speaker. She wants to be Speaker of the House, which is kind of interesting because it's kind of a public position, but there's no real power behind it. You're kind of just a bit of a silly moderator between a bunch of bickering parties. So I don't know. Maybe she wants to remain in the limelight, but not do too much. Trudeau reacted, of course. Inspire Canadians. Trudeau. He's just going to. He's a virtue signaler, so that's what he's doing. He's being virtuous and friendly when, he probably has little respect for May. I mean, May's criticism of Trudeau, the whole Omar Khadr thing, I'm sure there's some bad blood there. Anyways, yeah, so that's all I'm going to share about that story. It's just got some boring stuff. So she mentioned the leader, the interim leader, and we're just going to talk about that very quickly. It's kind of an interesting choice if you ask me, but we can talk about it quickly. So Don Martin, he works for CTV. He says, new Green Party leader, Joanne Roberts, is an interesting choice. She's a journalist. She's a media literacy. How about that for irony? I can't say literacy. She's an expert with lots of social issue advocacy. She checked off a lot of boxes to get the party through to uncertain times. So she's not going to make a fool of herself by the sounds of it. She's media savvy. She's got lots of social issues that she has going for her. The Green Party, as we know, maybe you don't know, they're seen as a one-issue party, the environment, but really they're a pretty far left party. They want free health. Well, they want more expanded free healthcare. They want free education. I think they want to forgive student debt, which is very, 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 very progressive. So Joanne, I think she stands for most of those things. She can keep those talking points going forward with the party, and they'll come up with a new leader, and I think they're coming up with a new leader early 2020 in Prince Edward Island, which I thought was very interesting because sure, they have a seat there, they have a bit of momentum there, but quite frankly, most of their support is in BC. Definitely most of their support's in BC. And then Ontario would be second. Even though there was no seats won in Ontario, the most amount of votes other than BC came from Ontario. So I just want to go through some of the reaction that was on Twitter as well. I want to share this one tweet because I think it's pretty apropos of what a lot of Canadians are thinking right now. He says, "One down, how many more to follow? Liz May is stepping down as Green Party leader." Now, that's just because there's a lot of talk in Canadian politics about what leaders are going to still remain. Quite frankly, every party is disappointed with how they did. Obviously, Trudeau is going nowhere. He's prime minister. But there's questions as to whether Andrew Scheer is going to remain leader of the Conservatives. There's questions as to whether Jagmeet Singh is going to remain leader of the NDP. There was even talk of this People's Party of Canada dissolving, but that's not going to happen. And it looks like Maxime Bernier is still going to be the leader, but there's a lot of debate as to whether people are happy with the leaders of their own party. So we can see a lot of changes going on. Yeah. So I think that's really all I have to say about that. I don't know who the leader might be. I know Mike Morris in Ontario in the Kitchener riding, very popular, speaks well, very charismatic. I could see him doing it. I think he could. I think he could run for the leadership. Another person in Ontario that I think could run for the leadership of the Green Party would be, I forget his name, but he won the provincial riding of Guelph in the last provincial election. Now, could I see him leaving his position as an MPP to try and run for the leadership of the Green? I think it's possible. Now, I saw some talk about Jody Wilson-Raybould also running for the leadership. I don't know. It's interesting for sure. So yeah, she stepped down. It's a changing of politics, changing of leadership, and I think over the next little while we're going to see a lot of changes. And I think the Greens are just the first to do it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to log off now. Please give it a like, thumbs up if you like it, subscribe if you liked it, hit the bell for notifications so you get notifications like if I go live like I am right now, because most of my videos are going to be live and then just posted to Facebook, YouTube, and then in the doobly-doo down below you can see ways on how to support me and this channel grow. So I'd really appreciate it if you could do that. But for now, peace out and have a great day.